I'm on the back porch today, which means one thing. It's time to cook something delicious from the garden. Now, I've been asked by Rebecca Vineyards, that is the vineyards that my father established, and it's located here on the property. I've been asked to create a series of recipes to complement each of the wines, the 16 wines that are produced here. And so from my garden today, I'm going to create a beautiful dish to go with the Gewürztraminer. If you don't know Gewürztraminer, it is a German grape, and it is sometimes it's produced very sweet, sometimes it's completely dry, sometimes it's off dry. Ours is off dry, meaning it has about 1% residual sugar. Gewürz in German means spice, and so this is a very fruity, spicy wine, and it can stand up to a lot of flavors. What I'm going to produce today is a sheet pan dinner. Has a lot of ingredients. Don't be intimidated. So what we're going to do is create this dish. It goes into the oven on one sheet pan, and it is done in about 30 to 40 minutes. What's not to like? All right, for starters, you need 4 chicken thighs, skin on, bone in. That's important because it retains moisture that way. For this dish, I'm using about 2 cups of small potatoes. You can just cut larger potatoes in quarters. I actually have some of these delicious tiny ones, and I thought this would be a great use for them. I have about 1 pound of eggplant, and this is Little Fingers eggplant. You can use Asian eggplant or really any kind of eggplant that you have. I've got 1 onion, 1 green pepper, 1 cup of cherry tomatoes, 4 small cloves of garlic. Optional, we have 2 green chili peppers. Now here's what you need for the sauce. First, you need some of the hot pepper paste called gochujang, and I will put links as to where you can find this if you can't find it in your local supermarket or Asian market. And I'm going to make a little sauce, a marinade, with this, as well as some honey, some rice vinegar, some soy sauce. I like to use low sodium, and a little bit of sesame seed oil. I also am going to use a hunk of ginger minced up. You can find the recipe in the post section on YouTube on my channel, and I'll also put a link to it down in the description below. First thing, we're just going to take the eggplant, and I'm going to cut them into 1-inch pieces. I'm not peeling these eggplants. These are very young eggplants, and they are going to be just perfect. If you prefer to have yours peeled, go right ahead, but I like quick and easy, and that's what we're going to have. You can also use any other vegetables that are coming out of the garden this time of year. You can use zucchini. This is a great way to use up those little odds and ends. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. You can even throw green beans on here if you want to. Zucchini squash, yellow squash. Just be creative. You can put sweet potatoes on if you want. It's really up to you. And the quantity doesn't really matter. You just put a combination of vegetables that you think is going to be good, because the big power punch of the flavor here is going to be the roasting of these vegetables mingled with the chicken juice and the gochujang sauce. You just can't beat it. While you're prepping your vegetables, preheat that oven to 400. I'm a garden fresh cooker, which means we're just going to cook what's in the garden. We're going to figure it out and not worry about specific recipes too much. That's the way I roll in the kitchen. Pick it up, kind of throw it into your vegetable pile. You're just separating the slivers a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm not a perfection cook, but I'm a pretty good cook. I'm going to add these potatoes in. Mix all this up. Here's my garlic. And I'm really just going to slice my garlic down like this. I'm not mincing it. I'm just kind of slicing it into slices, because the gochujang is going to have some garlic in it. And I'm just kind of throwing this into the vegetable mix. If you want to throw some hot peppers in right now, you can throw them in, chop them up, throw them into your vegetable mix. Next, we're going to make the sauce. Does not have to be tiny. Put it into a bowl. So here's your gochujang. I'm going to take about 3 tablespoons of this. It's very spicy, so you have to learn how to work with this in a way that makes you happy. You can use it plain, but honestly, I think Eric Kim from the New York Times is quite right. It needs friends. So what friends are we going to give? I'm going to give a couple tablespoons, maybe 3, of the rice vinegar, maybe 2-3 tablespoons of soy sauce, maybe 3. I might as well. A good tablespoon of the sesame oil, and then a nice dose of honey. Now this is my gorgeous local honey that I love so much. I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons of honey. Just going to mix it up. You want to kind of get that gochujang paste all melded in. Here we go. See? Taste it and see what you think. It's going to be very spicy. I've got my veggies here. I'm spooning some of this over these vegetables. Mix it on up. And you want to just coat those vegetables with the gochujang. Now I'm also going to throw in now these tomatoes. I didn't want to squish them. I didn't slice the tomatoes or anything like that. Maybe I'll put another spoonful in. Here I have a sheet pan lined with foil, lightly oiled. I'm going to take my vegetables and dump them on. Oh my goodness, look at that. Spread them out. And you're going to make 4 nests for your chicken. Here's a chicken. I'm putting them upside down first of all. They kind of go nested into the vegetables. And take some of the sauce, put them on the bottoms. Flip them over. Try to even out your vegetables as much as you can. This is a little bit too crowded, but it'll be all right. Right, and then you just take the rest of the gochujang sauce and divide it equally among the pieces. Spread it out there. Now, although you have not been watching this, the total time for the prep on this particular part, on everything I've done so far, is 12 minutes and 26 seconds. So it really doesn't take that long. If you've got a helper, it'll be even less for chopping. All right, so now my oven has been preheated at 400. I'm just going to take this sheet pan, put it in the oven. Now, and we're going to let that cook for about 35 minutes. We'll check it. If the chicken is not done, we'll let it go until about 45 minutes. 35 minutes is probably going to be just fine. Now, what to serve with this dish? While you're waiting, you can make a green salad, simple green salad. Perfect. What I'm going to do, because this is a garden dinner, is make some chard. And I'm simply just going to cut this chard up. I'm going to saute it with some olive oil, a little bit of garlic, and let it be a simple side dish to this delicious dinner. By the way, I apologize for the lighting in here. I know it's not perfect. It's getting we're about to have a storm, and so it's very dark. But I can't wait for dinner.